George Foreman was an American businessman, minister, and an author. Although he rose to fame as a great boxer, George had many gifts. So today we will look at the life of Big George, his early years, and his iconic comebacks to the ring. Hi, I'm the Libra Man. Let's get right into it. He was born in Marshall, Texas on January 10, 1949. He grew up with 6 siblings. He was raised by his mother's husband, J.D. Foreman, but his biological father's name was Leroy Morton. George was a troubled youth. He dropped out of school at the age of 15 and spent time as a street mugger. George joined the Job Corps at the age of 16. He earned his GED and took a trade as a carpenter and a bricklayer. Although he wanted to pursue football after his idol Jim Brown, George gave it up and focused on boxing. As an amateur, George won a gold medal in the Olympic Games in Mexico in 1968. He stopped the Russian boxer in the second round. George turned professional in 1969. And that year, George won 13 of his professional fights, 11 of them by knockout. In 1972, George challenged undefeated heavyweight champion Joe Frazier. George dominated him the entire fight and won by knockout to win the heavyweight championship. In his third defense, he faced Muhammad Ali in Zaire, Africa. It was known as the Rumble in the Jungle. After all the trash talk, mostly done by Ali, they finally met in the ring. Foreman started out strong, pinning Ali up against the ropes much of the first half of the fight. But this was the strategy of Muhammad Ali and Angelo Dundee, and they titled it the Rope-a-dope. The idea was to get Big George tired by punching himself out while Ali stayed covered up on the ropes. Then Ali, in the later rounds, would take over when George became tired. And that's exactly what happened. Ali sent Foreman to the canvas with a smashing right hand in the 8th round and stopped him. That was the first time George had ever been knocked down, stopped, or lost a fight in his career. Ali winning this fight was him regaining the heavyweight title he relinquished when he refused to go in the Army. George retired from boxing, but he made a return in 1976. He rematched Joe Frazier and knocked him out earlier, this time in the 5th round. He then retired after losing a one-sided fight to Jimmy Ellis. But George was not done yet. In 1987, he came back again, and he beat Michael Moore after losing most of the fight on a 10th round to regain the heavyweight championship of the world. He regained a title he lost more than 20 years ago. George then retired, this time for good. With the help of a company called Sultan, George sponsored a grill and named it the George Foreman Grill. The company paid George to use his famous name. And as of 2009, this grill has sold over 100 million units. George was also a minister. He commented on HBO boxing with Jim Lampley and Larry Merchant for years. He made that station what it was in terms of boxing. George had 5 sons and 7 daughters. He was married to Mary Joan Martelli. They were married in 1985. And 40 years after they got married, on March 21st, 2025, George Foreman died at the age of 76. So George, thank you for everything that you've given us. Thank you for your humanitarian. Thank you for being a great person, a great father, a great boxer, and just good old George. You will be sadly missed. Like the thing I said in this video, hit the like button, the subscribe button, leave a comment, and until the next time, the Libra Man is out.